How many foreign guys that I know who have come out to Japan and within 1 or 2 months they suddenly have a J babe, a J waifu. I got a J girl, a J babe, my anime waifu. Are you jealous? And it's always so cringe because you can always tell that their only standard, their only criteria, the only requirement for there's a kid over here just screaming. This is why I don't do videos in public anymore. This is why I don't come out here. The wind's blowing, it rains, people are running past me because they're afraid I'm gonna get in the camera. They're afraid they're gonna get in my camera shot even though I'm holding the camera this way. There are kids screaming. What was I saying? Something about J-babes. Yeah, you can tell that these guys, their only standard that they have is that they just want a Japanese girl. And they forget the reason that people even like Japanese women in the first place is because they're supposed to be like more ladylike, more feminine. They take care of their looks, they do their makeup, they are more reserved maybe. They're not sleeping with Brad, Timothy, Chad, Michael, Jonathan from Igirisu. All that shit goes out the window. All they remember is that they just want a Japanese girl. And pretty much 10 out of 10 times, they end up just dating a girl who is completely westernized, might as well be American or Australian or whatever, lived overseas, and has picked up all of the culture and all of the terrible things that come along with it from these countries. But the guys don't even notice. I don't know if they don't notice or they don't care or what. They forget about it. They forget the whole point. The whole point was that they were looking for a more feminine woman, maybe. It's video, different topic. But guys that come out here in search of girlfriends shouldn't do that anyways. I'm going to get into that in a different video. And then they end up just like with some Japanese girl who is basically just a Western girl, but her passport's Japanese. And they always get into relationships super quickly. And they're like, wow, I already got a girlfriend. I wasn't expecting this. I thought that it was going to take months and months and months and years because I never got a girlfriend in the States. They come out here, they freak out how they just got a girlfriend, and then once they actually get into the relationship, the girl isn't showing them attention. The girl isn't dedicating all her time to them. The girl isn't packing their bento every single day. I just want my girlfriend to make me a bento with onigiri in it and salmon. They get upset about this type of shit. And this is just another example of the solipsism. You guys aren't looking at relationships through the Japanese eyeballs, through the Japanese perspective. You're looking at the idea of a relationship through your Western perspective. In Japan, everybody wants to be in a relationship out here. In Japan, appearances, titles, status are so important. Part of having status in Japan, looking like you have your life together, looking like you're a grown adult, you're on your way to having a family, is being in a relationship. Also, why the cheating culture is so crazy here. So many people are in relationships out here just because it looks good. Just because it looks like, hey, we've got our stuff together. I'm on my way to being married. I'm grown. But they don't actually treat their significant other as we would assume you should treat your significant other if you're from the West. I have multiple Japanese friends. I shouldn't even say multiple. I would say like most Japanese guy friends that I know. I wouldn't even say guys. I would say girls as well. That are in relationships out here. They fuck around with randos, dating apps, people at their workplace, way more than they're going on dates, hanging out with their actual significant other. The cheating culture stereotype in Japan is completely valid. Name me a stereotype that isn't true. Name me one that isn't true. I'll wait. You can't. The cheating stereotype in Japan it's a real thing. I'll do another video on that soon. But so many guys, like I said, they come out here, they get into relationships with Japanese girls. They expect that from day one of this relationship, they're texting every day, they're calling every day, They're going out multiple times a week. They're up each other's asses. It doesn't work like that here. They don't see relationships the same. There's a reason why they expect you to propose to them, to ask to be their girlfriend or boyfriend on the third date. They expect you to do this kokuhaku thing, where it's like a confession, where you ask them, let's be exclusive. They expect that on the third date, and for these Westerners, we're always like, what? That sounds so early. Like, I don't even know this person, but we're supposed to be boyfriend and girlfriend? The issue is you're seeing that as such a big deal. Like, boyfriend and girlfriend is such a big deal in the West, in the States. Yeah, it is. If I'm gonna be your boyfriend, if you're gonna be my girlfriend, I expect that we're hanging out multiple times a week. We're calling nearly every day. We're talking nearly every day in some form. What's yours is yours. What's yours is mine. What's mine is yours. In Japan, they don't see it like that. It's more of a status thing. Obviously, yes, are there people out here that love their partners? Of course, plenty of that. In marriages as well. I've talked to older Japanese folks. They see marriage as less of a found my soulmate, found the love of my life. I love this person. We're in love, lovey-dovey, ooh, kissy-wissy. More of this is a partnership. We want to move along with our lives. We want to have a family, and things would work out between us. And maybe the guy does shit on the side. Maybe the woman does shit on the side. Even back in the day, the Edo period, samurai, working men, it was so normal for them to just have something out on the side. Something maybe to tame their dragon, for lack of a better expression. Just something to tame their dragon. And their wife is there to raise the kids and be their partner in marriage and help them with the house. But a lot of time, they're getting their dragon tamed somewhere else. And most of my Japanese guy friends are like that as well. I think, in the West, if someone said like, hey dude, I'm going to this like woman of the night, I'm going to a rub and tug, I'm going to a soap land, you would be like, bro, what the hell is wrong with you? And you definitely wouldn't do that if you're in a relationship. Once again, I would say most of my Japanese guy friends, at least semi-regularly, attend dark magic services like that. Even the ones in relationships. I have Japanese girlfriends who also do the same. They go to things like that as well. I have Japanese girlfriends. I'm not gonna name them, but I can name like 3 off the top of my head who I know for a fact are cheating on their boyfriends. And if I ask them like, why would you do that? They're like, well, my boyfriend cheats on me. And I'm like, well, why are you together? And they're like, well, it's comfortable and our hobbies are similar and blah, 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 blah. They don't see relationships the same as you see relationships in the West, bro. Jonathan, if you come out here and you're just like, yeah, bro, I want a Japanese girlfriend, and then she becomes your girlfriend after the 3rd date, and you're like, well, that was kind of fast, but I did it anyways because she expected me to, so I have to do everything that she expects me to because that's the precedent that I'm going to set, and then I'm going to be miserable and just bend the knee to this chick for the rest of my life. And then you get into that relationship and she ain't returning your calls immediately. She's talking to Kyosuke-san at her work. She may be hooked up with Shota. She and Shota went out for sake after work the other night, and they fooled around in the karaoke booth. Yeah, it's a topic for another video as well. People get freaky in the karaoke booths out here. They do. Like, it's pretty normal. I have stories, not from me, but from people that I know who have told me. They get freaky in the karaoke booths out here. It's especially wild because you can see through the doors. But I want you to be careful if you're coming out here in Japan. Every single thing you do, every time you make an assumption about people out here, every single time you think that I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna change someone's mind, I'm gonna interact with the Japanese people, I'm going to be Japanese, whatever, you can't look at it through your Western mindset. You have to look at it through a Japanese mindset, which is very different. I bet you, it's more different than you expect. If you come out here and you're like, wow, this girl expects me to propose to her, ask to be exclusive on the third date, and you're like, wow, she just likes me so much. She wants to have this relationship, which is how I think of relationships from the West, on the third date. She ain't thinking of it the same as you are. Most of the time it's a title. Most of the time it's status. Relationships don't mean the same here as they do in the West. Get that through your thick fucking skull, bro. Rant over.